How you going, guys? Here we are again, another Saturday morning. Tends to be the time I'm doing these things. Wanted to talk to you about getting put off, like the other video, right? But we got some stats this week, which is thank you very much for all those guys that did contribute to those stats. Very important for us because it leads us to discover things. Like, for example, between 0 and 3 put-offs out of your regular customer base, 50% of the group had between 0 to 3, right? So not a problem at all, really. But you might want to take a few tips maybe from what I said, maybe, or you might just want to identify those clients that are doing it. 30% of the group had between 4 and 7, so we're up to like 80% that are below 7 put-offs. 7's getting probably a little bit high, but not really a problem. So 80% of the group doesn't really have a problem with put-offs on any massive scale anyway, right? And then we had 7% that had between 8 and 11, sticking to that, you know, that gap or category. And then 12 or more put-offs, 11 or more put-offs was 12% of the group. So only about 20% of the group really had a problem, so to speak, with put-offs that I would have thought. And even then, those guys quite often said to me things like they've built their business around the put-offs. Some guys said to me they're quite happy to have the put-offs. They look forward to a bit of a break. Some guys said to me, it's not about how much you work, it's about how much you earn, or your hourly rate. Yeah, man, all valid. We're coming into spring, getting a bit of a break in before spring. Great idea. Working on your business is good too. You know, obviously, you know, now's a great time to work on your business when you've got a little bit more time. Being in business is not just about your chargeable rate to the customer, right? So the first thing probably to think about in terms of any kind of put off is, yes, take some advice when it comes through, and you know, some things might ring true for you. But the first thing to say is it a problem in my business, right? And if it's not a problem in your business, then you can take it with a pinch of salt. If it is a problem in your business, then of course pay a bit more attention to some of the things that or solutions to that, some of the things you can communicate with your customer. And then if none of that is ringing true to you, then if providing you've said it's a problem in your business in the first checklist kind of thing, the first check, point 1, then is come up with something that actually is going to solve the problem for you. Now, there is some people that are in the situation of you know, that is their reality, and they have created that reality for themselves because when they first put you off last year or the year before that, there was no communication. It was just accepted, so that's fine. So now when they come to do it this year, they're just expecting to do it. So their customer base has a high percentage of put-offs, and it's very hard to change that, or hard to see a different reality than that, because that's what the reality that has been created is. So it's a slow movement at best. It's not a radical band-aid approach. You know, you've got to just start communicating the effect that these put-offs have on you. Having said that, you know, for some guys, they've built businesses around them that it doesn't affect them. Great time to work on your business. But the main thing I reckon to take out of any kind of analysis that we're doing, which right at the low point, who puts you off, is identifying those customers. Most of them through this exercise you've identified who those people are in your head, at least. Now that they're in your head or highlighted, see if there is any other correlations with them. So it may be the fact, oh no, listen, they're all perfect clients and they give me heaps of additional services per year. It's just that they expect to put me off every year, and I'm quite happy with that. I've built my business around it. Cool, no worries. But is there another correlation that maybe they are tight asses, or maybe they don't ever give you any additional services, or maybe they pay you late, or yeah. It's just one criteria in rating clients, yeah? So one of the good conversations I had out of this was with someone, and we were talking about it, and they said, listen, at the start of the year, Shane, we really sat down and rated all our clients as gold, silver, lead, bronze, like you said to do, and that's actually helped us a lot in terms of the way we treat the customers and the way we run our business. So they were really happy about that. And I said to them, well, this is just another leg in that. It's just another criteria. You know, do they put me off at the worst time of the year to be put off when there's not as much work around? So it's just another criteria. On its own may mean nothing, but in combination with maybe another criteria of never getting additional services or hourly rate being low, maybe it does mean something to some of those people in that list. Yeah. So that's what we're all about. We're building, and we're just about to come into spring. So we want to use spring to build a nice, solid gold client base as much as possible. This is just another leg in that. Cool. A couple of other things, guys, that we can talk about is, listen, if guys are putting you off, the requote certainly is something that you really do have to specify. You know, I had one fella say to me, sometimes they say, don't come this time, just come in another 3 weeks. I'm like, that's 6 weeks, dude, 6 weeks. Man, the requote just really gets highlighted then, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And he was doing that too, by the way. But highlight that at the time of the put off. Yeah, put off. Maybe don't come this one. Come in another month's time, another 3 weeks time. Or yeah, no worries. But you know, I'll have to requote you. You know, it could be a completely different job by then. Probably will be. You know. Think about your customers in terms of relationships. Communicate with your customers. Don't be afraid to have a conversation around topics, whether it be this or other topics. Focus on a problem in your business. You know, if getting put off is not a problem in your business, focus on a problem in your business. It is that time of the year. You've got a bit of time to do that. And rate your customers. No, rate your customers was a big one that came out of it. Cool, guys. I'm going to leave you with that this week. Plenty to go with. Thank you very much for those guys that responded. It really does help us keep things in proportion. And hopefully the main thing you got out of it is identify those customers that maybe do put you off. Identify if it is a problem in your business, and see if there's any correlations between those clients. Good on you guys. Have a great week. Okay, bye.